We're gonna shoot in my new outdoor kitchen. It's gonna be fantastic. Or it'll suck. Either way, it's sure to be lots of fun. Don't go away. I'm Sam, the cooking guy. This show is about food that's big in taste and small in effort.
Man, is that good.
Totally easy stuff anyone can make.
Look at them going already.
And everything comes from a supermarket. You take all those other cooking shows like this. You don't need them anymore. This is Sam, the cooking guy, presented by Lars Remodeling and Design. So a few years ago, we completely redid our kitchen.
So you know how we're remodeling and I don't really have much of a kitchen? Well, what I do have looks like this. Nice, huh?
And for a while, it was not in great shape, but we managed to cook in there anyways. But a result of us doing the kitchen meant that our backyard was completely decimated.
This is my plastic. These are pipes.
Even still, we managed to cook out there.
So pork chops this thick, you know, maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes or something.
And then it got a little bit better and we continued to cook out there.
Honestly, I'm just gonna put the tuna on.
But now we've made some bigger changes. And this is what it looks like. So I kind of feel like Captain Kirk in the captain's chair in Star Trek. So maybe way too ridiculous an analogy, but this is my little fiefdom. Here's where I get to work from. And trust me, I feel like a very lucky kid to have this. So on this side, a grill, a caliber grill, but what makes it amazing is that the lid doesn't stop here. The lid goes, watch, 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 boom. All the way down. Why did it take to 2015 before somebody decided, oh, the lid's ugly. Maybe we should make it disappear. Well, these guys figured it out. And right here in the center is an Evo grill. It's essentially a 30-inch cast iron pan turned upside down. I'll do shrimp on this today. I'll do burgers on this today, but I could do eggs and bacon and sandwiches and steaks and chicken and anything. Doesn't really matter. If you can cook it in a cast iron pan, you can cook it on this. Just a ton more of it all at once. Cutting board, sink, fridge, ice maker down here. And that's basically it. And a giant counter that fits, you know, 10 people very comfortably. So, look, when we come back, something's going right here. Right here. You normally cook it in the oven, but today we're cooking it right here. Don't go away. This is Sam, the cooking guy. Welcome back. Shooting the first thing out here. I'm very excited, and we're starting with a pizza. Kelly said, why don't you make the pizza with the ricotta and the arugula and blah, blah, blah. Sweetheart, excellent idea. So here's how we're starting. And know that it's a little different because we're gonna be grilling the pizza. So we start with a baking sheet. A little oil goes on the baking sheet itself, and we give it one of these. Spread it around. When you're dealing with pre-made pizza dough, I will tell you that it's easier when you oil your pan. You should take it out maybe about a half an hour before you want to use it. Because if you do it like right away, the glutens are just like elastic and they won't spread out. So this is what you want. So see, there's oil on this pan that now lets me start to spread this guy out a little bit. It's still not perfect. There was a bend in it for some reason. Did you hear? Now it's not making any noise. All right, so get this about as thin as you can. This is it's a pound of pizza dough. I could do 2 small ones in this. Two small pizzas. And by the way, I have not said this, today's Shannon behind the cameras last day here. She's moving away. She's moving to Washington. And yes, we're very sad about that. All right, So here's the cool part. Ready for this? We're now going on the grill. So here's the deal. I have 2 burners, this side and this side. We want to use the grill like an oven. So I've turned off the right side. I'm gonna take the heat from over here. If you have direct heat, lots of direct heat from underneath, the crust is gonna brown before you, or burn before you want it to, So I'm gonna take this pizza dough and just lay it down like a blanket. And I've said it before, however it lands is how you have to leave it. If it's not perfectly round, and it will never be perfectly round, screw it. Just leave it. Because if you then try and immediately pick up a corner and make it beautiful and everything, it's not gonna happen for you. So we shut the lid, we let it work like an oven now. And now it lets us get ready for what's going on top of the pizza. And here's the fun part, ready? Ricotta cheese. So we're gonna go about 3/4 of a cup of this. It looks like that. We give it a little splash of olive oil. Will help make it luxurious and delicious. We give it a little red pepper flake. Recipes on the website, by the way. And we give it some garlic. So I'll just take 1 big fat clove from here. And now this just gets mixed. Shannon's leaving. Have we talked about that yet? Because Shannon's leaving. It's not that she doesn't like us. Well, you guys. I mean, maybe that she doesn't like me.
Oh, I love
But
you,
there's
Sam.
some, I don't know,
No.
some other reason. They gotta go away. So if we check this out, you see this? We're already getting some color down here, which is exactly what we want. So I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a turn. Like that. It doesn't take long, a couple minutes. You want it to cook on the bottom, you want to get those stripes, you want the color, you want the whole thing. And you want this to be soft and ready to be spread on top of it. You want your crust looking like that. That's perfect. It's nicely cooked, it's not overdone, beautiful marks, everything's fantastic. So now we take the ricotta and we spread the ricotta with the garlic and the oil and the... Hi, we're all right, everybody's good. So ricotta goes like this. No need to be cheap about the ricotta. Mozzarella. 2 cheeses, Sam. Do you really need 2 cheeses? Yes. How often do you have pizza? Well, we don't have it very often. Now the pizza goes back on again on the indirect side. Okay, so we're at the point where we need to give it a little turn. What you want to do is you want to share the hot side, right? It's almost done, so we're going to get ready for what we put on top. And here's what we're doing. We're going to take some arugula, baby arugula. God, the pepperiness, the freshness, the brightness of this is fantastic. So we put a little bit of this in here. We give it a tiny little bit of olive oil, tiny, 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 a little salt, and then a little bite of pepper, and then a mix. Excited? I'm excited. Shannon's excited. Think about it. This is the 3rd to last thing that Shannon will shoot and get to eat. And after this, we don't care about her anymore. On to the next person. Go away. Go be a Washingtonian or whatever the hell you're called up there. Hippie. Go be a hippie. That's fine. Ready? Here we go. So now, smells amazing. Crust is perfect. Cheese is melted. And now we're just going to do this. We're going to put some of this arugula on top. Oh my God, come on now. And I like pepper, so yes, I'll go a little bit more pepper on the top. What do we got? Now we got to eat something? So here, let's do this. Take a little piece. The crust that you hear when you cut this is fantastic. Look underneath. Ow, ow, ow. Super hot. Beautiful. And now, uh-oh. Oh my God. I burnt my lip. It's so hot I can't believe it. But I'm going back in. It is so delicious. All right, you gotta make this. When we come back, the second to last thing that Shannon will shoot and be able to eat, we're making green chili cheeseburgers. God, it's gonna be so good. And wait till you see what we're using for the burger part. It's gonna be really good. Don't go away. This is Sam the Cooking Guy. Welcome back. We're outdoor for the first time in my new backyard and could not be happier to be here. We had that tremendous ricotta pizza with the garlic and a little pepper in it and the arugula on top. It was fantastic. Shannon, behind the camera, by the way, her last day here because she doesn't care about me, loved it, as did Michael. I've started cooking some pasilla peppers. All I've done is taken them, oh, they're drippy, look at that. Lightly olive oiled them and put them on the grill. The goal is to blacken them. It's gonna take the skin, it's gonna char it and let us peel it off. I have a big, fat, thick slice of onion on here. This is gonna be what's gonna go on top of these really delicious burgers. There's a couple schools of thought on what to do with a pepper like this once you've blackened it. But watch, if I just rinse this lightly under here, so you see what happens is the charring comes off and you're left just with the beautiful pepper underneath. A little bit of the char is okay, but that's not really the point of this. The point of this is to get down to the bare pepper underneath. And while you're here, you can get rid of the seeds because they're just gonna add more heat than maybe you want. Pull this little stem off. And this little pile now is gonna be ready to be chopped up and incorporated into this burger in a most delicious way. All right, so those are done. Nice little pile of them, they're all beautiful. Let's start the burger, shall we? So here's what I'm using. I'm gonna use a combination of ground beef, 80-20, and that means 20% is fat. And I know that sounds like a lot of fat, but fat is flavor. And in a burger, if you go too lean, I think you might be disappointed. And the other half of this that I'm using is ground brisket. The combination of these two together give just the most amazing, beefy, meaty, steaky kind of thing. Okay, so we season with a little bit. We go kosher salt, we go fresh ground pepper, and we go some cumin. I always put a little squeeze of olive oil in. I don't know why. I don't think it's 100% necessary, but for me, somehow it just moistens and makes things beautiful and nice. So now here's what we're doing. We want to combine the brisket, we want to combine the beef, we want the cumin, the kosher salt, the pepper to go into this thing. You don't want to work it too much though. You don't want to pack it too hard. You just want this to come together in a really lovely way. These peppers are going to be amazing on this. This is going to be a really nice way to end Shannon's run on this show. A fantastic endeavor. And we're going to make them thick. Why? Because one good burger is way better than 2 or 3 ones. Wouldn't you agree with that? Mm-hmm. Thank you. So that's a burger. That's what that's going to look like. So we'll cook 2. And we're going to cook them on the Evo. Nice, flat griddle. It's fantastic. Let me get these guys going. A little bit of oil. They're already seasoned. And on we go. Is that fantastic? I love this thing. You can see the color changing. It's starting to cook. That's great. We can cut these buns. I'm using a beautiful brioche bun. Nice, buttery, fantastic. Oh, the beef smell right here. Do you smell that, Shannon?
Yeah, it smells amazing.
It smells amazing. Oh yeah. It smells like a steakhouse, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's good. Okay. So let's check out our onion. Look at this. Look at this onion. Wow. That char is flavor. It's all that is in the most amazing way. So we cut up our onion. Now the green chilies, the pasilla peppers. Mix these together. This will top our burger. Mayo's gonna go in here. So we've got a little mayo. Let's get ourselves just a little parsley here for color. All right, parsley. A tiny bit more of the cumin, just a bit. You know me with the squeeze of olive oil. Oh, garlic, sorry. Look at the burgers. They're about halfway done. What do they get now? They get a flip. They're gonna get cheese. They're not getting cheese yet. These guys are gonna get oiled and then go on the grill too, but not yet. Tiny bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. You need something. Look at the burgers. Look at the color. Look what's going on here. Use whatever cheese you want. I'm using Munster. I'm a fan of Munster. I love it. It's delicious. It melts perfectly, and I think it makes a really great burger. These guys, we want to start to give a little color to now. A little color on your bun. It's a good thing. Okay, buns are ready. Nice little amount of color to them. Little char. Perfect. Burger's almost there. Let's do this. Let's have some cheese. Good. Well, let's do this. Watch. On top of the cheese, that'll melt. The whole thing will be amazing. It'll be fantastic. All right. Let's go right here. We'll go right here. Oh, come on now. Look at these burgers. And now we cut. Wow. Juicy. Okay. I'm going to say that the brisket, the half beef, makes an amazing burger. The roasted, charred pasilla chilies and the roasted onion, or grilled onion, unbelievable on top. That little mayo thing going on underneath is just stupid. You have to make this. Okay, when we come back, the last thing that I will ever make for Shannon while she's shooting the show is 1, 2, 3 ingredients. Gonna happen right here. Super simple, really delicious. Don't go away. Thanks for hanging out with us on first day in the backyard day. This is Sam the Cooking Guy. Welcome back to Shannon's last day. I mean, welcome back to the first day we're shooting outside here in my backyard. Okay, it's also Shannon's last day. This is also the last thing that I'll cook for her before she leaves, and I'm a little sad about that. She's making the little pout face, but whatever. All right, so this is, I promise, simple, easy, only a few ingredients. I don't know if I promise shrimp, but so these are shrimp. It's a 21, 25, that means there's between 21 and 25 of them in a pound. And when I skewer shrimp, I like to skewer them this way, straight up and down, rather than this way. Which seems to be a common way to skewer them, I just find this awkward to eat. I think this, you gotta think about the way you're gonna feed people the food that you're making. That's hard to eat off of a skewer. That's easy to eat. So what we do is we just pull the tail off, and the easiest way to do it is you just squeeze right where the tail meets the rest of the shrimp, boop, and off it comes. And then you take a skewer like this, and just straighten the little kid out as you go, like that. So we just do the last two of these things. You gotta manipulate a little bit, but it works, and it's honestly, it's the best way to do this. All they need at this point is a little bit of olive oil, and you can just run down the line, make sure they all get covered a little bit, and now kosher salt. No pepper. I'll explain why in a second. Of course, I'm using the Evo because it's right here, because it's the greatest thing ever. I'm gonna put all my guys down. And what's cool is if you're keeping the wooden part of the stick away from the flame, you do not have to soak the wooden skewer. Okay, so all we're doing now is we're cooking them. And the first one I put down, you can see, it's been what, 15 seconds? It's already starting to get color. These are not gonna take very long. These are maybe gonna take 2 minutes aside, but just leave them, let it happen. Okay, they're done. I mean, they're probably 90% of the way. They look beautiful, they're steamy, and they're done. And you know they're done because they're firm. Could you eat them like this? Of course. Pick one up, put it in your mouth and eat it. Now, I will argue that the next couple of things you might not have. And so get them. Japanese mayonnaise in a bowl. We take some of the mayo and we brush it on one side of the shrimp. I know what you're thinking. Sam, ooh, you've lost your mind. But I have not lost my mind. I can assure you I have not lost my mind. Now, togarashi. It's like a Japanese pepper spice. You could use a little bit of salt, a little bit of paprika, a little bit of fresh ground pepper, that kind of thing. Or you could go to a Japanese supermarket, or Chinese supermarket, or a Korean supermarket that would have this and buy it there. So now we're gonna take and we're gonna put togarashi on top of each of these. Just a nice little sprinkle. And then the amazing part, the torch. And we're simply gonna take the torch and torch it up. Just a little bit on top, a little bit all the way around, but mostly what you're trying to do is you're trying to do amazing stuff to that Japanese mayo. That's mental. You, little girl, come over here and try one. Do you want to torch your own or do you want me to?
I'll torch it.
Okay. Grab one.
I've learned from the master.
There you go. You can get down close to the stick. Oh God, all right. Do one for me. I'm telling you, these are so good. It's worth getting a torch for, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers.
Cheers.
Am I right?
It's amazing last meal.
I'm not making it up, right?
No, he doesn't make it up.
So, I have to say, today is Shannon's last day. She's moving away to the Pacific Northwest next week. I'm gonna be very sorry to see you go.
I'm very sorry to leave you, but I'm very excited.
You should be. You
to start this new adventure in our life.
It's a fun adventure. It's a fun adventure. But how long have we been together?
7 years.
What?
Over 100 episodes.
100 episodes.
So that's over like 400 recipes.
Quality television. We can take a quick look back at some of your finer moments on the show.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
All right.
Welcome back to the zoo. What? It's. I don't know if you can hear that. Shannon just laughed behind the camera. She's making fun of my burned up bacon. A little bite
of the filet. How good, right? It's not in the can.
Oh, you're burning the thing, Sam.
Sam, the table's on fire.
The table's on fire?
Yes.
Look at the tablecloth.
Oh, I see that melting, but is it still there?
Yes,
it's
there's
burning.
flames.
We're good.
All right, that's it. So, an important show today for two reasons. One, we shot out here for the first time. And two, more importantly, it's my girl Shannon's last day with us. She shot the last 100 shows.
Over 100 shows.
You've edited the last over 100 shows, and you've been a great friend.
Thank you, Sam.
I'm gonna miss you.
It's been so much fun.
Hope you guys have a ton of fun up there.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more new shows and lots of fun. Don't eat crappy food. Say that.
Don't eat crappy food, and I will miss you guys so much.
See ya.